Hello and welcome to a very special video brought to you by the Project Umbrella podcast. This is Star's TyranT, and today we're going to be looking at the collector's edition of Resident Evil 2. Let's have some music while we go through the delights. It's a bit overdone, guys. Let's just go for something a bit more mellow. Keep it to Resident Evil 2. Better. Right, so this is a collector's edition. It's in the UK it retails for over £200. It, from what I can see so far, looks extremely nice. It's presented in this lovely, I'll do through the magic of editing some nice close-ups, but it is brought to you in a Raccoon Police Department item box, and it's modelled after, you know, the sort of famous item boxes we're used to in the series. It comes within this nice little cardboard excerpt with loads of pictures of all the goodies that are inside. But what are pictures when I can show you in person? So I don't think this is going to creak when we open it, but if it does, that's amazing. Maybe we need to put the classic music mod on for it to make a noise, but no, there we go. So it opens. So what have we got first? We have here a confidential dossier packet, and inside, we'll just open that up, and inside we have the first of the deluxe DLC items. So this is the costumes and the Samurai Edge Albert model, so that'll be pretty cool to look at. Yeah, so that's there, and also inside we have, and I'll show you this better in close-ups, but we have the Raccoon City Police Department map. Hello. It looks pretty good. You get some nice images that you'll see, hopefully in close-ups that are playing now. And obviously we have one of the more interesting changes to canon, and they put this 1969 everywhere, which is interesting because anyone who's played Outbreak File 2 will know in a file in that it refers to the renovation happening in the late 80s. So this is an interesting change, and I don't know, I mean, I've not played enough of the game yet to know if there's actually a reason given for that, but that is an interesting change nonetheless. So yeah, that is the rather lovingly done map. You can go right there, and then we get, sitting on top here we have an Artbook, and it's done with a nice secure file thing, you know, with a stamp. You can go ahead and fill this in if you're a sadistic person and like to write all over your video games. But inside we have, again, I'll show you this in close-ups, we have some really nice artwork from the game, including a few things I've not seen yet myself. So yeah, that's really nice. Nice little art book. It's not hardbound; it's soft back. So you know, that's not too bad. And we have the game itself in a nice little steelbook. I no longer now have to open this, what with the DLC code being there, and the fact that I couldn't wait at midnight, so I bought the game digitally. Which is just ridiculous because, as it happens, this has come pretty early today. It's just typical. So that's the steelbook. That will remain nicely sealed now, but it's a nice enough case. Not the biggest fan of that artwork because I think there's better ones that they've used to promote the game, but it's not bad. You know, it's still a fine looking steelbook. And we have here. This one's going to throw quite a few of you at home. This here is the soundtrack. And the reason why it's going to throw some of you is because I'm going to have to explain what this is. This here, this is a CD. And if people aren't aware of what a CD is, years and years ago, before we had like MP3s and things like that, people used to use these physical items, and they used to put them in what was called a CD player, and then it would actually play the music that is on the track list in there. You know, it's it's from a bygone era, really. This is the compact disc, you know, in case anyone's wondering what a CD is. But Capcom still sticking with it. Almost goes with the sort of retro feeling of the 90s. You know, sort of time the game's set it. Then the next thing we've got, and this is really, this is beautiful. This is the main reason why I wanted the collector's edition. This is the keys for the RPD. And we go ahead and we open them up, and they're in a nice little presented. I'm trying to get the light on them, but you can obviously see it in close-ups better. But we have the 4 keys, precinct keys for the RPD. They're not life size. I will get that out of the way straight away. Anyone who's bought like the Spencer Mansion keys of Amazon will know that they are like life size keys and really quite nice to look at. These are lovingly made, but they are not life size, but they're still really nice. That's the highlight of the collection for me. We also get a little Made in Heaven pin. It's looking pretty nice, and this top section lifts off, and we'll just pop that out of the way, and then inside here, and it's really well packed in. As you see, it's lifting the box. But there we go. Here we have probably where most of your money's gone to. This is the Leon Kennedy statue, and whoever invented these little tabs at the back of boxes, there is a place reserved for you in hell. Because trying to open these boxes when you've got, you know, when you've got an item that you're trying to keep, you know, preserved in a really beautiful condition, it's an absolute pain. Anyway, we get that open, and then hopefully it's going to play ball and come out really nicely. I'll do the standing up, but I'm limited with my production. I do not have a tripod. This is not a studio. This is a dining room. And so you're just going to have to forgive that rather Stone Age production. Hopefully this isn't taped, so we should just be able to go ahead and open it up. So I didn't actually realise, and it is taped. I have a trusty combat knife here in the event of such an occasion. So I really hope you're enjoying the game so far. I'm not massively far into it. I'm playing it on hardcore, and I'm already thinking I may have to abandon it because I don't have the ability. As anyone who watches me on streams, I don't have the ability. Certainly not what I used to when I was younger. Certainly around the time of, you know, Resident Evil 2 coming out, and I'm really struggling with hardcore. I can't believe like most monsters in the game can kill you in 2 hits. Yeah, I really suck at it, and already I've got this feeling I'm just going to have to abandon it. I'm trying to play it on, you know, with no HUD, and that's not going well because you tend to find you're missing, you know, you're just missing easy shots and things like that. So it's actually got a couple of nice items. It's got his Matilda, or as we used to know back in 1998, the Heckler & Koch VP70. And through the magic of the edit, this assembly process will be immensely sped up. In terms of this as a collector's edition, this has got to be, honestly, and I'm not just saying this, I've had a few collector's editions over the years, this is actually one of the sort of very best, and it's one of the ones where you can actually feel, that your money is on display. You know, you can actually see where your money's gone with this, and you know, that is nice. So that's the statue. That's Leon. It is a really well produced statue, and you can actually see where your money has definitely gone. This is a really well produced collector's edition. You know, the packaging feels solid. anyone who got like the Resident Evil 6 collector's edition, the needle box case, that was quite cheaply made, and that was over £100 in the UK, and that felt sort of flimsy. This feels tough. The items that are in it are genuinely great. The keys, like I say, personal highlight of mine, and it's a solid collector's edition, and I think this is certainly the best collector's edition they've put out in years, because obviously the Resident Evil 7 one, certainly over here, was plagued with quality problems with the actual build quality of a Baker estate. This all feels pretty good. I don't think it's expensive, I'm not going to lie, it's on the higher end, but I don't think anyone will be disappointed with what they've got here. And to round off the package, the game is pretty great as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Sorry if I waffled on a bit in some of these some of the items, but if you'd like to see any more of us do things like this for the Projects and Bro podcast, then by all means let us know. We're hoping to, once we've all sort of played through the scenarios, we'll reconvene and get episode 50 done. I think it's going to be an interesting one. Well, it will be an interesting one, there's no way around it. So yeah, enjoy the game, guys. Have an absolutely wonderful time with it, and I look forward to seeing what everybody's got to say about the canon, the timeline, and just about the game in general, because I don't doubt it's a great experience to play. So with that, I will leave you, and thank you very much. Cheers.